So, I've been wanting to do this for a long time, in fact. Besides the Cajun man who just got his voice lines leaked along with Rogue, I think this is the one character that everyone wants due to how cool he is. And I wanted to concept him before he comes out so I can claim victory after NetEase copies me.
Oh, brother, this guy.
Anyway, jokes aside, I thought talking about the Ghostrider would be really cool on concepting him. And to give an idea, I am going to consider him a tank in this. Yeah. DPS players cry me a fucking hell. I know that a lot of people would consider him mainly just a DPS based on, well, everything. But honestly, if we could have fucking Ultron as a healer, we could have Ghostrider as a tank. Anyway, I wanted to talk about a couple concept ideas that I've had for basically his passive and multiple abilities, including his ultimate, that, you know, I just wanted to share here, and thought it would be fun. So, to give an idea, I want Ghostrider to sort of be an off-tank that can solve essentially two metas that are currently bugging the fucking floor right now without breaking character or doing anything different. Starting with his passive, it would actually be two things. One, he would devour the souls of enemies that died around him, similar to old Reaper passive from Overwatch 1, and I guess the feat that got added in Overwatch 2, I don't know. Anyway, his second passive would be his most unique one, that being Hellfire. Essentially, Hellfire, anytime he attacks with it, will negate healing abilities for a limited time, a couple seconds at most, or whatnot. Similar to Ana's healing grenade, basically if he breathed Hellfire on you, and also according to the comics, it would damage your soul, so it couldn't just be healed up. His primary fire would of course be his whip, which would be about 10 meters at first. If it's too short, they can buff it, but like, I feel like that's a stable range for the whip or whatnot, especially for the fact that it can hit multiple enemies at once, in my opinion, because, well, I mean, it's a whip. His first ability would be where he breathes fire on people, and essentially this is the ability that uses the anti-heal of his passive, essentially. Basically, when Ghostrider would use this ability, he would essentially want to hook them in, breathe fire on them that essentially attacks them and negates healing, and it would do a slow, steady damage. I don't want this to be a huge damaging ability because its whole thing with him is meant to be like, he pulls people in for his team and his team finishes them off, more than him doing this high, crazy amount of damage, killing people instantly or anything like that. No, I think the only thing that I would do that for is maybe his ult, but again, we'll get there when we get there. Bit of a side note here, his alternate fire could be like where he spins the whip around and like hits people from afar and it has like a cooldown or something. Like, and by afar I mean like it goes from like 10 meters to fucking 20 or some shit, and it has like a cooldown after that. I don't want like some 50-meter chain going crazy or anything like that. His second ability would be his chain grab, or hook. Basically, he would throw his chain out and wrap it around somebody and pull them down to either from the sky or to him, regardless of where they are on the screen, to a certain range or whatnot. Similar to Roadhog, it would basically pull the person forward, but before anyone says, I don't want to make him Roadhog 2.0 and have him insta-kill anyone. I simply want him to have a CC that allows him to pull enemies from their team, essentially displacing them so his team can finish them off. Now, I do want to say this will have a certain range, and I do want it to have the break mechanic that Roadhogs had, because I don't think anyone wants to be pulled around fucking corners or whatnot, but it will be a little bit different than Bucky's, since it can't be really charged up. It has maybe a longer cooldown or a shorter range. I'm not really sure how they want to play this or whatnot. If it's mainly meant to find and punish flyers, then I think it should be a little bit longer. If it's meant to do other things, then who knows or whatnot. But I think it should be set up for his first ability, aka the Hellfire Breath. His third ability, I think, would be the Hell Cycle. Essentially his movement ability, because he is an off-tank similar to Thor. I feel like he would need an ability to either get him out or do some sort of damage. So how the Hell Cycle would work is essentially when he jumps on it, he leaves a trail of fire similar to Johnny, and essentially like it does damage over time. It won't do the anti-heal negation effect, but it still will like attack people over time like Johnny's or whatnot. And it will dissipate shorter than his, so like it won't last as long essentially. And I think that will be fair because it doubles as a movement. Now, of course, you could add more abilities to this, and I'm sure Rivals will probably do that in the future because they love adding a lot of abilities to certain characters. Finally, his ultimate. His penance stare, essentially. Basically, Ghostrider, similar to Emma, will grab somebody in front of him and stare them down. That person will immediately be insta-killed, or he can be half health or anything like that. But the bigger part of this ult is that anyone caught in the blast radius of it, or like the AoE effect behind it, will essentially be negated from healing for a short amount of time. This ultimate doesn't have to insta-kill an out. In fact, it could just be mainly a slow CC or whatnot that essentially negates healing if we want. Or it could do like 50% to the person they grab, or like it could be an insta-kill to the person. It's up in the air really of what you want it to be essentially. It could be like a damage ability that focuses mainly on grabbing the first person that it hits and then anti-healing the people behind it. And I want it to be a wave like Emma's, but not as big. Hear me out, right? I don't want it to be like something that can pull flyers out of the air with it. No. I want it to be like essentially like a 20-meter blast behind him, and then it's only like a wave. It's only like a wave attack essentially, one attack, and then it's over or whatnot. And it doesn't like have like an after effect or whatnot like Emma's does, where you can chase down people and pull them back in. And these are just my ideas for the Ghostrider. If you think like they're terrible or they're great or anything like that, then, you know, I mean, leave a comment below or pitch your own fucking ideas. I don't know. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll catch you later.
I never felt like I never felt like baby, stay with me. You gotta tell now. I never felt like I never felt like baby, stay with me. You gotta tell now.